Hey, yeah, I've got a question to clear up some confusion I'm having about requesting a birth certificate.
Okay, how can I help you with that, sir?
Sure. Hold on a second here. Y'all located at Columbia, South Carolina?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so here's the situation. Do I understand correctly that in South Carolina it's illegal to practice law without a license?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's almost in any state, yes.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm a little confused. Isn't the birth certificate a legal document?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I'm not an attorney, so how could I legally request and use a legal document like a birth certificate?
Okay, you're trying to request one for yourself?
Yeah, but I'm just, I'm pretty sensitive to doing anything wrong or breaking the law, so, and it's against...
If it's your information, you are entitled to it, so
Okay.
long as you're being up and up with your information.
Yeah. Well, the problem is it is a legal document, right? So I would actually be involved in practicing of law if I were to represent the idea that that's my document, right?
Well, yeah, if you get caught, and then the jailhouse will be your resting place for a while as well.
Well, what I'm saying is, so the state of South Carolina actually owns the birth certificate. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the state of South Carolina. What it is, that record is created once you have been born in this state. That information is sent from the institution where you were born or midwife to the DHEC State Office of Vital Records.
Mm-hmm.
That information stays on file here forever.
The original, yeah.
Now, if you decide to request a birth record, you will have to give the correct birth information of your mother, your father, your date of birth, all that information, and you will have a picture ID of yourself that is current.
Mm-hmm.
Once that has been met, and they will ask you some security questions, proving that you are whom you say you are.
Right.
Once that has been established, they will charge you by credit card. If you're going to use the telephone, you can pay by a credit card or debit card. If you decide to come into this office, you will have to show your current photo ID.
Yeah, all that stuff, all the things that you're talking about there, that's all legal stuff. Those are all legal instruments.
I understand all of that.
So it would be breaking the law, wouldn't it?
As in what?
Well, in order for me to use things that are created by attorneys, because attorneys are the ones who create all the legal instruments, right?
Not the birth record, he doesn't.
Well,
if you were adopted, then that would be another issue.
Well, the birth record, the actual birth certificate now is what we're talking about, the legal document. If something is legal, that means a legal, someone who is involved within the legal society is responsible for the creation of that. And see, I'm not part of the legal society. I'm part of the real society. I'm a living being, a real thing, not a legal thing.
I understand the real thing, but you're still entitled to your personal information.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Is there something do you have something in writing to that effect?
No. Now, you may want to contact the governor of South Carolina. Since you're getting that deep with it, you may want to find out what the actual statutes are on that.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you legally what is the law of South Carolina as to what you are entitled to.
What do you mean?
Now, if there is any means of something going underhanded, then you will be responsible for whatever happens to you as an after effect of what you're trying to do that you shouldn't do.
Well, actually, there is something underhanded if I were to request it, and this is why I think it would be underhanded. The birth certificate is owned by the Corporation of South Carolina, a legal entity, and they have a copyright on it, because on the back of the birth certificate, it says something to the effect of no reproduction rights. No one can copy this document. If it's copied, it's void. And so that's the Corporation of South Carolina asserting its copyright protection on that birth certificate. that's why we have to get certified copies, which are legal copies of the actual birth certificate to get a driver's license. And so, given the fact that I am not an attorney and I do not have the legal privileges that attorneys have, and I certainly don't have anything in writing giving me permission to use or request that copyright-protected birth certificate, then it would be against the law for me to both request and then use that copyright-protected birth certificate to do anything with, like get a passport or a driver's license. Does that make sense?
I hear what you're saying, and I understand you clearly what you're saying.
Okay.
But we haven't had one to go into detail as you are.
Yeah.
But if it is that important to you, you may want to write the governor of South Carolina, find out what the statutes are, and then you follow thereafter.
Well, is he an attorney?
I'm sorry?
Is the governor also an attorney?
Well, of course, she's over the state of South Carolina, so of course she has a law degree, of course.
Well, does Vital Records South Carolina have in-house legal counsel?
Of course we do.
Would it be possible for me to get in touch with them?
I don't know. I can give you the main number to the DHEC operator.
Okay.
And you can inquire. Now, this is a bad time of the day to be calling for them.
Yeah.
Because they may have been gone out for the day. It's almost 4 o'clock here. I can give you the main number to the DHEC operator.
Okay.
Listen to the prompts. Hold on until the operator picks up and ask them, is it possible that you could speak with one of the DHEC attorneys?
Okay.
A lot of times they will prefer that you know whom you're asking for, okay?
Okay.
But I don't know what you don't know, so we can just take a wild chance on it and see what happens, okay?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, attorneys like to hide from the rest of us, don't they?
Now, some of those guys are real bold now. I mean, they get out there and do what they got to do, so that's kind of speculative as to the real reasons as to, why we are doing a certain thing.
Yeah.
But in any case, the phone number to the main DHEC agency is area code 803 898 3432.
3432. And let me...
If you can't get them this afternoon, try back on Monday morning, and hopefully that would give you some more insight as to what you're seeking.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of the legal name fraud?
Someone has called with some stuff like that before.
Okay.
We are the operators. We don't get that deep into the legal part of it.
Well, I'll tell you, there's, in your free time, if you can get a hold of a computer and access the Internet, let me give you a site. It's called losethename.com.
Hold on. What is it, Lose, L-O-O-S-E?
Correct. Actually, it's L-O-S-E.
Oh, L-O-S-E. What now?
The name. So it's losethename.com.
.com.
And that goes into what I'm talking about. It all comes down to this, my friend. It's illegal to use the birth certificate in the legal name unless one is a bar attorney.
Okay, well, I hear you, and that sounds really, really interesting, to be honest with you.
If you ever come across a bar attorney, you might want to, after you look at the site, losethename.com, and learn a little bit about this, it would be fun to go talk to an attorney about it, just for kicks.
Okay, I'll do that, man. I'll look at it, okay?
All right, I appreciate your time, bub.
Thanks for the info, and you have a great one.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.